Radio Free Skaro!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Radio Free Skaro, episode number 800. I am Stephen in Edmonton.
We're in Vancouver.
And Chris in Edmonton.
Arbitrary number 800 of Radio Free Skaro.
But not really.
No.
Kind of, sort of.
I did a quick look on our Libsyn page, and this will be the 956th release. But that could be anything. Like maybe we put out like a photo or something back in like 2007, and it somehow showed up.
I remember like years and years and years and years and years ago, like David Tennant's specials era. Like we put out a clip from a Phil Ford interview or something like that.
Well, yeah, because we did plugged like interview back when interviews were like starting to become a thing. It was like, oh my god, we have an interview, everyone, for the guy who wrote Doctor Who, right? And we have to put a trailer out for that now. Like, just they show up.
And I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only time that happened. And then on top of that, like Wednesday cutaways and this and that, and whatever,
and 24 Fluid Links Advent calendars a year too for the past 3 or 4 years.
How many years is that? 4?
It's been a while. It's been 4 or 5, 3 or 4. I don't remember, but yeah. So 800. For the purists, if you're just looking at like kind of like when you're looking at Doctor Who episodes. Well, are you counting the whatchamacallits, the things they did for like Real Player for season 2 stuff that were plugging episodes? Those things, does that count? What about the stuff that appears on the box set, the time and space thing, with just that? They shot for one day in the TARDIS to be on the Blu-ray. Does that count? So those are those things. But
what about that Life with the Pawns thing that came out in
Life with Pawns? Yeah,
whatever it was called. No, it wasn't called Life with the Pawns.
No,
Pond Life.
Pond Life. Yeah,
Chibs
wrote that. His Chibs wrote those 5 episodes leading up to the Power of 3, or the end of that anyway.
His audition tape for sure.
Kind of was, oddly enough. But which we'll get to a little bit maybe. So 800 is it doesn't feel like it's a new number on the, like, it's kind of like when you have to back in the day, kids, when we used to sign checks at grocery stores for groceries.
Good God.
There was always a thing that said, "Don't remember the year. It's 1998 now." It's just so you don't sign your checks in 1997. It's like, well, now
I have not seen that. Not even the elderly do that anymore.
No, I know, of which we are one. Sadly. But 800 is a thing. We did it. I can't remember if we talked about it on this podcast, but at some point next year, we will likely cross the threshold of having more numbered episodes of Radio Free Skaro than there are episodes of Doctor Who. Yeah. That'll be a thing, like 846 or something like that. So that's the big one, I think. Anyway. 800 episodes. Thank you for your implied congratulations, everyone who's yelling back at their podcast machine right now, saying, "Oh, congratulations, RFS, for 800." Tin Dog recently hit 1,000. Tin Dog podcast recently hit 1,000, but it's only him. Like he doesn't have to worry about wrangling people and stuff like that. So. It's easier to do it alone.
Come on, that's not fair. That's 1,000 episodes.
And yet, it's difficult. How do you talk? How do you talk just on your own for 1,000 episodes, Michael from Tin Dog? How do you do that? It's crazy. I wouldn't be able to do that. It's terrifying. I remember I did one episode.
You did do it for that one where you're stuck in the airport. Yeah,
I was going to say that's the one I was stuck in Minneapolis airport. Remember being stuck in airports. Oh, those are the days. And I did the news list on my own. It was basically sitting up like at 1 a.m, about to fall asleep on the floor of the departure lounge in Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. And I did the news list because it had to get done. That's right. And I was thinking, how do I do this on my own? Tin Dog, 1,000 episodes.
Coming back from like TARDIS or something?
It was just coming back from a trip. It was in June. Okay. Yeah, it was in June of 2019. I think June or July. Yeah. Oh, those are the days. Someday soon.
Coming back from a trip. A thing I could just say casually.
I know. So it's going to happen. I feel really, for the third week in a row, I'm like, I feel confident about the future again, which is very strange.
Well, you can keep doing that.
Well,
come Calgary Stampede time, you won't be singing.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. But I've been watching hockey, and the States is like, I mean, maybe they have a bit of maybe they're open a little too soon, but the vaccinations have been going well. But like, they're pretty much full in hockey arenas right now. Montreal had the first fans in Canada since March of 2020, just last night, Saturday night, for a game against Toronto, which they won, which is great. But it starts to feel like we're just creeping back to normal, and like, someday soon the border's going to open again, and that's going to be really weird. And yeah, vaccines will be like, I think, as we do our standard COVID talk, here in Canada, they might be moving towards recommending people get their second doses sooner, because they initially said, everyone get your first dose and we'll worry about the second later on. We just want to get as many out to as many people as possible. And so, like, someday, somewhat quite soon, the three of us might have our second doses, which is well ahead of schedule, if that's the case. And then we're free to do whatever. We'll be invincible, Warren. We'll be invincible.
Not so sure about that.
Yeah.
Chris is less convinced of that.
Trust humans.
That sounds like it comes from Doctor Who and is just good advice.
That's true. That is true.
There's more to that, but I'm not going to get into it here.
Nope. What could that mean, listeners? Even I don't know. Let's look at the Timelash. Let's look what happened this week in history in Doctor Who. This is our new segment that we're doing now, because we've given it a name, so it's a thing to see what's been going on. What happened this week in history, which is the last weekend in May into June. Has it always been a bank holiday? I know it's a bank holiday on Monday for the UK, and obviously for the US if they celebrate it.
The US is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is in the UK.
It's bank holiday. It's historic bank holiday. So, Britain they have no names for anything. They just call them bank holidays because the banks get the holiday and not the people. So I don't know what that means, but
it always baffled me as a child what the hell bank holiday meant.
I know. Well, I didn't.
It was two words that are pretty simple to figure out, but as a kid, I was still baffled.
Yeah, but on May 31st we talked about this last week. This is when Silence in the Library started. This was basically the Stephen Moffat audition tape. Everyone says, "Oh, well, we liked his previous episodes and stuff, but now he's going to be show running Doctor Who, and now we get to judge him immediately." I remember
Donna Noble has left the library.
Yeah, I remember not being that impressed by Silence in the Library the first time around. Or was
you were wrong.
I know. I felt like I enjoyed Moffat's showrunner stuff more than I enjoyed his freelance stuff. So to speak.
I had the opposite reaction. After 2 weeks of I didn't like those last two. I'm like, it just starts out with the weird music and the kid floating around. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm on board.
That's true. There's this. Okay, we have some confidence again. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Have to go back to listen to whatever episode that was. 2008. I just remember not thinking, I was all right about that, but I've also embellished since then.
But you also, Girl in the Fireplace was the last one before that was Moffat, so that's probably where you came in from, right?
No, it was Blink. Blink was the last one before that.
Oh, was it? Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was Blink. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Chris, you were saying?
I was right there alongside you with the Series 4 two-parter.
Yeah, slightly mad.
The second part really disappointed me.
Just
as I saw the twist from like a bajillion miles away that they were in the books.
Oh, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. It's a long time ago. That was 13 years ago.
Well, I'm holding firm on enjoying those two, and indeed the Moffat era.
I enjoy the Moffat era. It's probably my favorite.
Still my favorite era, I think.
Probably my favorite, like total, like ever. That's shocking to say.
I don't know about total, but it definitely of the new Who. And I'm not denigrating either RTD or Chibnall. There's good stuff in both those two. Mm-hmm. But that one's pound for pound my favorite one.
It is my favorite one. I think
it's also got my favorite Doctor in it, so that's kind of why.
Yes, Peter Capaldi, yeah.
No, Pat Smith.
Yeah, it's very good too. They're all good doctors. Like dogs, they're all good doctors. The War Doctor.
Yes, there's two. Two of my favorite doctors.
Two of your favorite doctors are in there. That's true.
And Capaldi's good too.
It's great.
Capaldi.
I love Capaldi. He's my favorite.
I love Capaldi.
I know that. Yes.
Yeah. Love them all, though. Like all of them. I'm such an easy to please fan. It's really ridiculous.
Except apparently for Silence on the Library.
Barely for those 2 weeks. I was like, I'm a little iffy on this.
Just to go back a smidgen earlier, it's also Human Nature, Family of Blood, Time, which I love. I enjoyed the crap out of.
Also quite good, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I remember not at the time.
Paul.
At the time, I remember I didn't like the end. I thought the end was a bit of a switch. Like all of a sudden, it became about World War I and stuff. And what's his name?
Wasn't it done like on some anniversary of World War I?
Thomas saying. No, it wasn't, because it
Okay.
June 2nd it came out. Is there a famous thing on June 2nd? I don't think so. But I mean, obviously the
It was
episode
just a plot element.
I think I'm flashing back also to Jarrah Southall being on here and explaining at length how there was going to be some sort of weird tribute via Moffat, whatever the story was at the time.
Oh yeah,
like, that was going to be a whole thing towards
Remembrance Day,
Armistice Day, Remembrance Day. Yeah.
Remembrance Day.
None of which came true.
No,
I believe I told him, you think a lot more about this than I do, which is not an insult. There's lots of people who think more about Doctor Who than I do, and there are better people for it.
Zoe joined the TARDIS officially on June 1st in 1968 at the end of the Wheel in Space.
Space.
Yes, which also, of course, famously featured the first ever, to date, last ever, actually weaving into the canon of a repeat broadcast. Because, of course, Troughton sort of says, let me visualize a 7-part serial just to show what you're going to be in for when you join the TARDIS here. And, of course, they aired Evil of the Daleks repeats over the course of the summer. Back when Doctor Who had a 7-week gap in between episodes, in between seasons.
We also have A Good Man Goes to War, which was the last one before the Series 6 summer gap as well.
True, yeah. Back
when split seasons were... Well, actually, they're still doing that, I guess. Thanks, Battlestar Galactica.
Plenty of people are doing split seasons, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
there were.
PSG was the first one I was aware of, but yeah.
There were a few American shows on. What was it now? Like, I remember when I used to work at a TV station, which also I passed my 5th anniversary of not working at a TV station anymore, which is quite something.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 years. I know, 5 years I've been.
Doesn't seem that long, but
no,
it does.
Doesn't, but I know what you mean.
It's been 13 years since the last time I worked in a TV capacity.
Yeah. Well, it's been
feels so good.
5 years since I've had like an office job, basically. Excuse me. I was trying to think. What was it called? Like Rizzolian Isles and the Law Show with Kira Sedgwick. They often aired their seasons in two halves, and I remember that because I used to work at the TV station here in Canada that aired them, and so they were that was a thing at the time. They sort of like, we'll split our seasons. There'll be 18 episodes, but it'll be like 2 halves of 9, basically, to get their money's worth. And so I can't remember why they did that for 2011. I know they did that for 2012 because of the Olympics.
I know American TV, this is the kickoff to it. American TV has very much sort of now adopted the British model of 13 episodes because 22 or 26 is kind of crazy. But it's also wreaked havoc with writers because writers used to have a steady job for most of a year, and now they do not, thanks to this 13 episode thing.
Yeah, it's not like
it's not like Britain where somebody goes off and writes all 13 episodes. Or several somebodies.
That's true, yeah, they wrangle them in. But I mean, we're talking about like prestige television, then there's broadcast television. I don't know how many episodes of they're producing for those, but
maybe NCIS or whatever, it might still be 20 odd episodes. Who knows?
But yes, Good Man Goes to War, the big cliffhanger at the end of 2011. That's 2011. Wow.
We discovered who River Song was.
That's true.
Where we thought Let's Kill Hitler was just a joke title.
Yeah, and then it was then it was there.
Well, sort of.
Vincent and the Doctor, also very, very popular episode of these parts.
Yep. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah, I know. You still hate it. We did like a midi-scope on...
No, I watched it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's manipulative drivel.
He says
manipulative drivel, not portraying Van Gogh correctly.
Yeah, I like how your contempt is so much that you can't even bother to say it properly.
I was yawning. That's what happens when we talk about Vincent and the Doctor. I will yawn.
Oh. I've come around to it. I think I can't remember what we did it for. Was it Nick Curran directing?
Maybe.
Must have been.
I don't mind
there's-
it. It's fine.
There's no
Richard
Richard Curtis miniscope. I know that.
No, I just remember, now that since it aired, I've met and married Erica, who lives with anxiety and depression. And I think I had a different focus, I think, for it. I saw it from a different perspective when I saw that. So I kind of appreciated it more the last time we saw it. So. That one's come around in my books. Yeah, that's right. Me, the easiest to please Doctor Who fan ever. It's like, oh, you know what? One of the few stories which I was kind of middling on, I'm now a fan of. So there you go.
It's still good. The Space Chicken's still kind of stupid.
It is a bit silly, but
When I first saw it, I watched it with two people. One of whom is bipolar. One who is suffers from depression. One loathed it. One was in tears. So in a good way.
That's the story of any Doctor Who story, really. Somewhere out there, there's somebody who's like, creature from the pit. Oh, I love it so much.
Organon.
yeah. Meanwhile, though, speaking of episodes that have disappointed me, I still continue to this day. The Chase.
Timelash, the name of this very...
Yeah, The Chase, episode 3, Flight Through 2. This is when The Chase really starts to get bad. The first two episodes are kind of about, okay, but now we're getting on to the Empire State Building and the Mary Celeste,
is,
and
though-
Morton Dill.
Oh, come on, Morton Dill.
Morton
Come on.
Here's the
Dill.
thing, though. The Chase is a great target book, precisely for the same reasons it's a terrible story. Because you can just imagine all this stuff, and it's like, oh, this is all really cool in my head. Oh, no, it's not at all. When I see it on screen.
That's true, and you can't even tell when you're reading the novelization, which actually came out very late in the Target. I think this is one of the late ones.
And
John
they probably
Peel
did
one.
some improving on it. It wouldn't surprise me.
You can't, you can't even tell how misdirected it
Nigel
is. That's the great
Robinson
thing.
who did that one?
Did he
Might
do that,
be
or
that.
did John Peel do that one? I can't remember.
John. I got stuff in front of I'm looking behind me on the bookshelf.
Oh,
I can
okay.
just see J.O. for the author, so I'm assuming John Peel.
John Peel did that, yeah. The Chase, episode 3 aired June 5th, rather, in 1965. That's when those two middle episodes of The Chase are like some of my least favorite Doctor Who ever. It's just terrible. Just terrible.
I mean, yeah,
right?
but
You got nothing.
we have talked about and have praised in many ways just the run around same crap happening over and over again element of Frontier in space, with the Doctor and or Joe getting captured over and over, and basically it's the same type of runaround. Like, it's just useless padding and filler and whatever in the Chase.
Yeah,
but one we like, one we don't.
It's stunning, isn't it?
That's because one of them has Delgado, and the other one does not.
One of them has Delgado. One of them has some is
one
written
of
by
them is
Malcolm
Dracula.
Hulk. The Festival of God in 1996.
The meddling monk is in
weirdest.
The Chase, right?
No, he's in
it's Dalek's
Dalek's
Master
Master Plan, which is basically
right, okay.
which is basically The Chase times 2, but directed well, and so therefore it's better.
Despite having multiple directors as well.
No,
I remember there was a
Campfield
fan
the whole way
theory
through.
about-
Multiple
Oh,
writers.
sorry,
meddling
it's
monk being the
multiple
master.
writers.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Other side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you also have your hate on for Richard Martin. So
I do. It's as he wraps up his Doctor Who career with The Chase episode 3. Well, he finishes with episode 6, thankfully, but we'll get to that.
So,
Yeah.
did they ever actually say anything about the Master being the meddling monk? Because I remember that being a theory back in the day.
I don't think they did.
not
no.
as such.
No.
Not as such.
Because why do you have
Also,
to...
in Big Finish, the Master
Probably
showed up
not.
with the first Doctor, so that's as far as canon goes. I guess that puts it to the test.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so yeah, a hit or miss week. First week of June in the Timelash with your Planet of Spiders and your Vincent the Doctors and your Chases episode 3.
Time Monster episode 3.
Right,
Was that the Daisy episode?
It's we're talking episode 6 when it's Daisy.
That's 5, 6,
Yeah, so but that Time Monster
We had
episode 3.
We had Impossible Planet though.
I know.
You like that one.
I know, I love that episode. Love that.
And the Lie of the
bits.
Land, which is also very mixed.
It's very mixed as well. Yeah, there's some. Early June. Early June is there. It's a battle of extremes. Let's put it that way. In the history here in the Timelash. Anyway, moving on. This is the Doctor Who magazine is out, coinciding with the season 24 box set coming out in the UK, which is cool because there is an article in there because as mentioned before, there are 25 hours of raw studio and location footage on this box set. And I haven't looked into it because I'm trying to go in as cold as I can when this thing finally comes out here in North America. So I'm not reading as much, but I'm saving it. But Richard Latto has written a big thing about the 25 hours worth with lots of photos of the original 1-inch and 2-inch master tapes of all this stuff. Like Warren and I are looking at these old tapes going, oh, the days. Remember those days, Warren?
Yeah, indeed.
1-inch tapes.
I believe what I said to you is warn me before you send me hardcore pornography.
It's just because he tweeted it out. Richard Latto tweeted it out, thinking, here are the pictures. It's that's always missing episodes. Oh my God, what's this? Did we not know about this stuff beforehand? Anyway, you can read all about it. Doctor Magazine 565, along with stuff about Jonathan Helm, who FX himself wrote a thing about the season 24 visual effects, about which he has talked about on this very podcast during the Time of the Ronnie commentary sometime before. But so yeah, lots of interesting stuff. But the old tapes, were what got me, because I even said to you, Warren, that I might even be able to. It's been literally over 15 years, maybe closer to 20, since I've actually loaded up a 1-inch tape reel on a machine. But just now I even sort of did the finger moving through the various pulleys and stuff. And I bet you I could probably still from muscle memory.
I don't know if I still could, because it's been longer than that for me.
Yeah.
I did go down a bit of a rabbit hole to find out how much a 1-inch tape machine costs. About $13,000 is about the average.
That's, you know what? We could go in together if you want to get one.
That's okay. But the main thing I'd want to own anyway is the standard Canadian bluish greenish tape case. I don't even care about the tape inside. So you can get those for about $35.
Really?
I'm seriously consider getting one of those.
Oh,
I think you get it with a tape inside it, but which I don't know what the hell I'd do with it.
You have a tape. You have a 1-inch videotape. Which is almost they used a 2-inch videotape case as the secrets from Andromeda and the mysterious planet. So I mean, you could get close to you having an.
They also used a tape library for I believe in Journey's End or whatever the other one was.
I don't think it was
Stolen Earth. That's what it was.
There was a tape with a funny little
with the levers to move it. Yeah, that's. I always laugh at that. I'm like, they're in a tape library. Come on.
Have you checked online, Stephen, to see if there's a 1-inch tape loading simulator or something you can
Oh God, somebody has done that.
Well,
somewhere.
I remember when Heather Berbert was on a few weeks ago, told me about the Oculus thing, like a VR headset. I'm thinking maybe I could get a VR headset. Maybe that's one of them. Maybe that's all it is. It's this dusty room, and you just it's full of 1-inch tape machines. You're thinking, here you go, you can load it up.
And a bulk eraser is coming slowly towards you. That's the challenge of the game. Trying to eat all the tapes.
Yeah, the degosser. Oh,
and you have to load them and digitize them into the ether. There you go. Where's my money, game industry?
Very targeted. So Doctor Who Magazine 565, available at shops everywhere, of course, online, which is where I've been getting it for the past several years, right on time. Whenever the UK gets it, I get it, which is pretty great. Unlike season 24.
Far cry from the past.
Yeah, especially 2 or 3 months, kind of like the Blu-ray sets do. So at last, our long national nightmare is over, because if you were having pre-ordered the season 24, Sylvester McCoy complete season 1 box set here in North America for pre-release on Amazon, you, like me and Chris, would have probably got an email every day, sometimes twice a day, from Amazon saying, we've updated your shipping date.
Or if you're in the U.S., you've had your order canceled.
They canceled it in the U.S. That's right. They did. That's right. We did not have that. I better double check just to be sure.
I've received nothing about cancellation last I saw.
No, but the Sylvester McCoy box set, which of course is coming out imminently in the UK, officially, according to the BBC Shop and now Amazon.ca, has confirmed that September 21st of this year we'll see the release of the Sylvester McCoy box set. What I'd like to know is what Blu-ray set will come out in the UK just before that, just to rub it in our faces.
In steelbook of some sort, I'm sure.
Yeah.
In having a quick look, Amazon now actually says September 21st.
It
formally.
does. And it hasn't canceled your order or anything like that?
No, it still shows as open.
Good.
So now that they actually have a formal date in there, maybe we'll stop getting those stupid emails.
I haven't got one in a week, so it's been nice. It's been kind of nice, actually. So, but I pre-ordered it. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from BBC Shop. I ordered the Invasion from the BBC Shop because my a few months ago now, I ripped all my DVDs to hard drive just to have as a backup in a way. And the Invasion, both discs of my Invasion did not work anymore. I didn't understand why. It's very strange. Didn't load up at all. Just the Invasion. So I bought another one from BBC Shop because it was like $30 or something like that. It's the only place I could really find one, and it was one of those made to order ones because the disc itself is slightly different, feels different, and the artwork is slightly different as well. The case is the exact same, thank God for that. But the discs themselves were slightly different. So
I could have just loaned you my copy to rip, or I could have ripped it and sent you the files.
But then I would have like a dud DVD on my shelf, and no one wants that. Like, you're talking to someone who bought a DVD burner and blank DVDs to burn the for me only recons, so that I have recons on the DVD shelf, even though I'm probably just going to watch them off a hard drive anyway. I need to have the DVDs on the shelf. So thank you for your offer, Chris, but you know what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Yep. So Warren is also getting this one because he loves season 24 to bits.
No, I am not.
Sylvester McCoy is his favorite ever, and all the posters that will go up in his bedroom as a result.
Yeah.
No. none no to all these things.
No. Gallifrey 1 guest Sylvester McCoy, Warren. Coming back to Gallifrey 1, you know.
Good guest.
Yeah.
Not my favorite era.
He
Let's
is
put
a
it that
good
way.
guest. He's a great guest. I love that.
A fine Radagast. There, I'll like that far.
So yes, come out September 21st here in North America. Enjoy it already, UK. You're probably getting it like next week or something, or June 12th, or I can't remember when it is. There's the BFI thing happening around that time, which is like one of the first things the BFI are doing, like, you know, opening it up for people, even though even though cases are kind of rising again because the variants in the UK is a little bit nerve-wracking again, but they'll get there.
Yeah, everything is nerve-wracking until it's not, though.
That's true.
I think you can just go with that first part of that sentence. Everything is nerve-wracking. Just leave it there.
That's why I'm happy to, like, if I don't have to do anything, I am not going to.
No.
It's a way of life.
Until I get my second shot, and 2 weeks passed since that shot. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm going to hold up. I got to hold up to the
Even then, I still don't trust humans.
Well,
you shouldn't.
one day we have to have this Starliner take off, and we can do it in half an hour if we put our mind to it.
Decider Draith said no.
Decider Draith is
Decider Draith sounds like MF Doom. It sounds like a rap name that somebody stole.
Decider. I would love that. Oh, if I launched into a rap career or like a DJ career,
Please don't ever launch into a rap career.
Okay,
no, I wouldn't do that.
No.
I could see myself being a DJ, and if that's the case, I'm Decider Draith. I'm doing that.
That sounds fair.
As people who are fortunate enough to be to be friends with Andrew Smith, as the author of Full Circle, maybe he can write some Decider raps.
No, I don't think Andrew wants to do that either. Not to speak for him, but
No, I feel like Eclectic Method.
If he's ever tired of writing Big Finish, he can write
Yes,
like a
Eclectic
rap
Method
album
should
for
be
the
the man
Deciders.
to do
Yeah,
this.
Eclectic Method could put together some sort of mix thing, just Full Circle.
And he listens to this, so you've been summoned.
Maybe he does. I don't know. Yeah, does a lot of awesome
Make
stuff.
an NFT out of it, make a pile of money.
Exactly.
Oh, dear God.
He's become an NFT guy, so more power. If he can make money doing it, great.
I guess so. I just, all right. I mean, you can always just go to a casino if you want to bet your life away. But I don't know much about that as I sip my metaphorical cup of tea. That's actually coffee. Anyway, speaking of DVDs and the UK, they're getting season 10 and season 18 Blu-rays on standard packaging, which basically means the same packaging as we have here, which has always been the standard. The stuff that fits in your shelf better, basically, is what it is. But what it is also is a chance for people to own these, because apparently the premium packaging sells like hotcakes, and people miss out on the chance to get them. So I'm glad that people will have
nerds.
an opportunity. Yeah. I suppose actually season 8 is coming out very soon here in North America. I've been hitting refresh on my Amazon page for that. It should be coming out this week, but I think it says it's going to come out on June 7th. But So I'm looking forward to that, to give that a go. Chris, did you pre-order that one? Like back in like 2019 when they first opened up for pre-order?
Season 8? Yeah, like day 1 or 2 of its pre-order availability. Sure, totally.
I know.
I think season 8 right now is listed on Amazon as like way more money than season 24 for some reason.
Really? Weird. Well, I hope they charged me what I paid for it back in whenever it was when I pre-ordered the damn thing. But,
they don't. Yeah. It's whatever it is. When
you know what I
ships.
don't have to wait on?
Yeah.
BritBox. They're all on BritBox. That's one of them.
I suppose they
Most
do.
of them anyway.
I know, but
Shada is not.
The extras aren't, and the picture quality is so good on those Blu-rays. We've spoken. You know this, Warren. You know this.
I'm not arguing any of this.
No.
I'm just lazy is what it boils down to. I can fire it up in 2 seconds on BritBox. I'm gonna.
I know.
Also, I believe in paying BritBox just for having that library available to me.
I do too. I know. It's like I pay BritBox and I pay for KSPS TV.
Yeah, I can't even watch. I don't think anyway.
No, you can't. It's not even in the broadcast area. I pay them as a thank you. Basically, you changed my life.
$5 a month is tithing.
Yeah, KSPS. You changed my life literally by airing Doctor Who in the 1980s. I am going to give you.
Let us tour the
$5
building.
They let us tour. They gave us artwork, Warren. They let us tour.
I'm looking at it right now. It's right on my wall.
Amazing. Oh God.
Season 8 comes out Tuesday, like day after tomorrow. Tuesday.
Yeah. So why is it not shipping, and why is it arriving on June 7th? I guess I don't know why. Amazon, you got some explaining to do. Want my Doctor Who?
I don't think they care. They're busy buying MGM or whatever it is they're doing.
They are buying MGM. That's right.
Mine says arriving between June 3rd and June 7th.
Oh, mine says June 7th.
Because when you pre-order, doesn't it say like you'll get this on the day of release?
Yeah,
and blah,
that's
blah,
why I did
blah.
it. That's why I pre-ordered it. Very upsetting.
I usually pre-order because the price goes up so fast after.
That's true too.
Is this Amazon's fault, or is it the fault of the people giving it to Amazon to send?
It might be the latter, honestly. I think. Yes. Yeah, I'd have to check to see what the BBC shop might have it for. But
doesn't matter whose fault it is. We are ever so slightly mildly inconvenienced.
Yes,
and
that's
in
true.
the West, we don't put up with that.
No, that's true. And like Chris, like no, I don't want to call you out, but I bet you like you'll demand it coming out, and it'll arrive like June 4th, and the plastic will be on it until June 20th at the very least.
I still have not watched Fury from the Deep.
There you go.
It is my right and my duty to ignore this thing I ordered about.
Yeah.
I want it on my shelf on day one. I don't care when I get to it.
I want to point this out because we're getting close to June, and I have to remind myself I have put this on a calendar event, but I want to give as much lead up to people who want to do this themselves. But starting on June 20th, listener Joe Mendoza sent me this email saying that you starting on June 20th, if you watch every Doctor Who episode ever made, one a day, and accounting for maybe 2 more seasons of Jodie Whittaker before the 60th anniversary, you will have finished watching all of Doctor Who in time for the 60th anniversary. So June 20th, Sunday, June 20th, I am starting this odyssey of watching.
Well, again,
one a day.
Madness.
One day.
It is your watchword.
It's half an hour a day, and like I might I'm not going to shut the world out. It probably like the olden days. I'll just put it on the second screen, and it'll just be sort of like my background music for half an hour. But I'm going to do that.
Speak more of your completionism. I remember your days of agony when you're like, I have to finish watching Voyager for I'm not sure what reason.
That was not that this is Voyager, of course, Warren. You'll agree, but. Yeah, doing it. So June 20th, everyone. Every episode, Doctor Who. If you want to watch along, go for it. I don't know what time of day it's going to be. Probably late at night once Erica's gone to bed and stuff. I'll just throw on this stuff because some of the stuff she hadn't seen for like Lazy Doctor Who once we get into the Pertwee eras. But that's going to be almost a year. It's going to be 253 black and white episodes before we even get to John Pertwee. So that is madness.
It's like how
madness is true.
Mm-hmm. Some husbands might like wait till their wife goes to bed and crack open their secret stash of porn or something like that, and you're going to watch Doctor Who.
That went to a place, all right.
That did. I don't want to, because she works from home. I don't want to say, I don't care about your Zoom meeting there, Erica. I'm watching episode 6 of The
Space
Chase.
Pirates episode 3 is not going to watch itself.
Exactly. I made this recon especially for this. Damn it.
You could turn it on, let it play, and just let it watch itself, actually.
It could do that. But
walk out of the room.
I want to appreciate it. So thanks, Joe, for suggesting that idea. And I'm doing it starting June 20th.
You know what? You get to enjoy somewhat early into that whole thing.
What's that?
The Chase.
I do get to enjoy the chase.
Yes,
yep.
enjoy in air quotes.
Yeah, I have
when he
the
gets season 2.
I have the UK rip of episode 1, which has the Beatles on it. I think I put that on a DVD because I'm not watching it without my Beatles. Don't you squash my favorite Beatles. So when the time comes, I'm watching that.
My favorite Beatles, Pete Best.
Pete.
At least you don't have to worry about like
Sutcliffe.
Evil the Daleks not having its Beatles or whatever other stories.
Yeah, the Beatles. There's a sound alike in Remembrance of the Daleks. I think the Do You Want to Know the Secret is playing on a jukebox in one of the cafe
That's right,
scenes. Yeah. But
I only enjoyed, except for Chris Venrick.
Yeah,
later.
That's like two 12s. That's like 1/6, Warren, of the Sylvester McCoy era you actually like. Think about that. It's not. That would
mean thinking about the Sylvester McCoy era, which
I suppose
do.
You're still below the Mendoza
I've said it before, and I'll say it
line.
again. He's a pretty good Big Finish doctor. He's got some enjoyable Big Finishings.
He's a great guy. Anyway, hey, Time Fractures. Let's talk about that. By the way, we have a commentary. Our 800th episode is an out-of-time commentary. It's for Torchwood. The Time Fracture, which is like becoming a much bigger thing than I guess I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's got all the doctors in it, more or less.
All the doctors in some way, shape, or form as cameos.
Minus John Barrowman now, but yeah.
That's true.
He's not a doctor.
Not
so.
a doctor, but I would
He's
not my
doctor.
No. But it's also going to feature actual screen used props, basically stuff from that was in the Doctor Who experience, which closed back in 2017. 2017 that closed, is now going to sort of be repurposed as part of this Time Fractures thing. This immersive,
no surprise there.
Immersive theater experience, which I hope is still around when the time comes for people to travel to the UK again. Because
I would assume the video portions we'll see on YouTube at some point. From like official sources,
I suppose, but I don't. I just want to know what an immersive theater experience is. I am a little concerned because I think I've talked about this about how I don't enjoy live theater, especially intimate theater experiences, because I always feel very self-conscious about distracting the actors or having them interact with me. Do not talk to me.
Yes, to both. Well, mostly the second one.
Yeah.
I would imagine it's kind of like what the experience was, where Capaldi came in and you're in a TARDIS, and you know what I mean? Like the whole thing before you get in the actual experience, or did.
Yeah, but there's actual actors too. That's the thing. There are actors playing other parts, not Doctors Who, but they're playing other parts throughout that.
Yeah, we just had like a tour guide doing that at the experience.
Yeah.
So 2 things I like about this is more Joe Martin Doctor content, because I'm always here for that.
Yeah, she's involved. Yep.
And B, when I saw the behind-the-scenes photos of her on green screen, I think they were shooting it on the set they were doing this stuff on, so it looks like they're in somebody's grandma's living room and doing green screen with Joe Martin, which I thought was great.
It is cool. It's cool to see that outfit again. It's a good outfit Joe Martin has on as the Whatever Doctor. The Whatever Doctor being the number that
Pre-Hartnell Doctor.
Pre-Hartnell Doctor. Or is she?
Vincent is a pre-Hartnell Doctor.
Or Doctor
So is the Space Chicken.
Yeah, I thought you meant Vincent from the Black Hole, but
he's also a pre-Hartnell Doctor.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope to get to London to see this thing. You know, to see other things, to be on it. To be out in the world again, which would be pretty cool. But be neat to see some Doctor Who stuff. We like to do some Doctor Who related trips on this podcast to help bring you dear listener closer to the action a little bit, like Gallifrey 1 and stuff like that. We haven't been able to do that for the past year and a half, so this is a thing that I'd like to do. So
on the other hand, nobody else has either. So
also very true. Unless you're in the UK, when you could do this. Is it open now? I think it's open now, or will be opening very shortly. I think the fact that they're telling people about stuff that's to come makes me think that it's not quite open yet, but like it might have opened this weekend, like bank holiday weekend, I think.
What, Time Fracture?
Time Fracture, yeah.
I've seen pictures of people going by where it is, and if it's not yet open, it is definitely darn near.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look it up.
They're advertising on buses, for crying out loud. Buses.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know.
That's as weird as seeing Space in the first place.
Yeah.
Advertise Matt Smith's run back in the day
Mm-hmm.
on the side of a bus. Like, what?
From what I can tell, at the very least, it's...
so it's opening May 26th.
May 20th, so it's already open.
So it's open.
It's open. Enjoy Time Fracture, everyone. Don't enjoy it on Tuesday, June 22nd. It's sold out right now. £50 for a ticket, but you are paying a lot of people.
That's a good chunk of change. For sure.
It's more on weekends. Hey, pay creators. I'm okay with that. A-okay with that. Speaking of creators, Big Finish. Big Finish did their big like Marvel press conference, the big roadmap of stuff to come in this past week, announcing a whole slew of box sets, details of which are sketchy at this point, for the first 8 Doctors Who coming out in 2022. The most notable one, and indeed the only one that sort of has a roadmap to it, is the second Doctor, Beyond War Games. Folks, Big Finish is tackling Season 6B. Yeah.
I'm amazed it took this long.
Me too. This is. I feel like this is where Big Finish would have started, really, when you think about it, apart from the fact that...
You mentioned Marvel. I have a slight aside here. Apparently, there's a sales pitch film of Stan Lee without the hairpiece, without the mustache.
I saw that.
Not talking like the Stan Lee style you're used to. And it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. It's like it wandered out of like the Inferno universe.
I didn't,
because he's just being very serious and businessy. So this is probably right before Marvel hit really big.
Yeah, that's like the 65 or something. I saw the screen grab of that. I think is that Stan Lee?
Bizarre to listen to.
Is that
because
Stan Lee?
it's like every business thing you've ever sat through and gone, oh god, but it's Stan Lee doing it, so it's very strange.
Yeah, I don't know if
that makes me think that Big Finish should have a big bombastic with Nick Briggs narrating as Stan Lee did in the See You at the Movies trailer for Marvel. Well, I want to see a Big Finish version of that.
Well, oddly enough, Nick Briggs was wearing the toupee for that and saying Excelsior mustache a lot and True Believers and whatnot. No, it's a big thing. So big plans, because of course the monthly adventures have wrapped up, all 275 of them, of which you can see on a 7-minute video that Big Smash cut of all the cover art and various audio. It's very well put together by the Big Finish visual arts team. Links in the show notes, radiofreeskaro.com, celebrating the first 275 monthly adventures, but now it's all box sets, baby. It's all box sets all the time, including Season 6B, which is very exciting. Kyle Anderson, our friend Kyle Anderson, wrote a big thing about them tackling Season 6B on the Nerdist website, which you can have a read. Chris, did you read that one? I can't remember if you did or not. If you read it,
a little bit. I read more of it than I read of the Big Finish thing, because, like I was saying before recording, there's a whole lot of nothing for information on this. So the 6BA angle definitely intrigued me more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and just to go back a quick step, I've just been poking around, and apparently the Doctor Who Time Fracture Instagram account posted some interview clips with Joe Martin.
Oh, did they? Cool.
About Time Fracture, so I'm gonna throw those in the show
lot
notes.
Of it, from if it's the one I'm thinking of, is her going, well, I can't tell you about that, or that, or that.
Oh, probably. It's like Scariest Monster, Jadoon, or Cyberman.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Martin talks Operation Time Fracture, whatever stuff there is. This is all stuff that's come on the last handful of days.
Yeah.
So I'll throw a link just in the show notes to it.
Nice. RadioFreeScar.com, everyone, where you can find all 800 of our episodes, including this bang-up one right here, where it's all talk. All talk all the time. Let's talk. Hey, there's a couple new books from Jack Rader coming out. Doctor Who Legends of Camelot and Doctor Who The Wonderful Doctor of Oz books. What strange things, it must be said. I don't...
Doctor Who's Adventures in Public Domain.
The Legend of Camelot, if you read the description, it sounds like it could be the setup for like the Doctor's future that happens in, I guess, reference in Battlefield.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
There's a little blurb where some young squire comes to the aid of the Doctor and Donna, and the Doctor is mistaken for Merlin. So it just makes me think that maybe this is the lead into what happens in Battlefield.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. The cover is really weird to me. It doesn't seem to exist in the same sort of
it looks like a Penguin Classics kind of like upscale kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know, but anyway, it's cool. It's cool that Jack Rayner's writing these couple things. Are coming out June 10th, so that's a cool thing. Doctor Who is getting back into the trading card business, people. With Beckett.com, noted trading card website, Beckett.com, is reporting this, that, they're looking. Rittenhouse Archives secures the rights for Doctor Who trading cards, expected later this year or early 2022. I have a whole box of the Doctor Who trading cards that came out in 1993. I still have them. I can't remember who put them out then, but that was the last time I remember getting like a whole bunch of I just bought like a box of them. Chris, did you collect those back in the day? Warren, you too? I don't know if you did.
Know if I knew they existed.
I did not.
No,
I don't think I did either.
I probably knew, but I have since forgotten. But no, I definitely know.
I used to get Star Wars, the original Star Wars New Hope trading cards when I was a kid. I've long since gone.
Oh, I kept all mine. I kept my Return of the Jedi ones and my ET ones, and of course all my hockey cards, and I have a few baseball ones as well. And then I have that box of Doctor Who, which doesn't fit in my little Doctor Who box, so it's like sitting out there. I should look
the main
at it
reason I
again.
have Star Wars trading cards is between that and the storybook. That's what you had to work with.
I know.
The VHS, man.
I had the Return of the Jedi storybook, and I had the cards. And then I had this little pamphlet thing, because in Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios, they put out like a set of 8 story of Return of the Jedi, and I have those all too still. And like I didn't get a VHS player until like 1986, and so my entire memory of Return of the Jedi, including my favorite movie sequence of all time, the Sarlacc pit sequence, exists purely from that one viewing in the theater in 1983, and watching and looking at those cards and reading the storybook. That was the only way I could ingest these things.
I wanted to subscribe to Bantha Tracks, and my mom was like, "No, that's a waste of money," and she was probably right.
Right.
Which was like the newsletter from Lucasfilm, I guess, at the time. Also, if you enjoy the Rancor, you may or may not enjoy the latest episode of The Bad Batch, where there's a bit of retconning of said Rancor when it's a little guy.
Good retconning. I love Star Wars prequels because they're always retconning stuff.
The Bad Batch is actually not bad.
Yeah. Is it though? I kind of wish it was bad, because then people could say, yes, it is. You know,
the big tough guy, like the muscle of the group, is bench pressing a gonk in the latest episode, so I'm there for that.
Yeah. References.
It's not a reference, it's a gonk. He's bench pressing.
I suppose. Anyway, Doctor Who trading cards. If you're into that thing, you can collect them, and they're real. They're not like NFTs or anything like that, like the Worlds Apart thing. They're not tearing up the planet like other Bitcoin and blockchain stuff. These are actual. We've burned down trees for these cards, so they're wrecking the planet.
So it's still tearing down the planet, just a less slower.
In a different way.
Slow burn.
In a different way. Yeah, you can get them. So
it's environmentally conscious destruction of the planet.
Yeah, very much. The last bit of news: Ray Scammell died. He actually died a couple weeks ago, but the Toby Haydock's wonderful obituary appeared in The Guardian this past week. Roy Scammell, one of the founders of Havoc, Action by Havoc, one of the great stunt team from the early 70s in Doctor Who, set a Guinness Book of World Record for the highest free fall for a television production with his fall off the oil vat thing in Inferno. And from all reports, a stand-up fellow died recently.
There's one other notable death that happened this week, only for Canadians. Well, and his family, I assume.
Who is that, Warren?
Paul Soles, the voice of 60s Spider-Man, a.k.a. the one true Spider-Man.
The one, yes.
Age, i.e. us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Canadian too, of course, as you say. Yeah, he passed away as well. I think he was 90
Rocket
years
Robin
old.
Hood too, I believe he did. So this means nothing to anybody who isn't Canadian. But
was he
Spider-Man's might.
Was he actually Rocket Robin Hood as well?
I don't know if he was Rocket Robin Hood. He's in Rocket Robin Hood. He's definitely the voice of Peter Parker.
Yeah, definitely that. So yeah,
and it's all Canadian cast. Like all the I think all the animation was done in the States, but all the voice acting was done here.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I like how Roy Scammell's actual name is Royston.
Royston's a fun name. Love that name. Yeah.
Why wasn't he in Gangsters with a name like that?
Royston. I don't know. Pretty good though. Oh, great! Get a lot of great stunts over the years and stuff, and lived to the ripe old age of 88, which is a hell of a lot longer than stuntmen often last. So good for him. Yeah, very sad. We're losing the Havoc boys now. Like Derek Ware died relatively recently, I think, and yeah, Terry Walsh died a good few years ago now. But yeah. So on that note, we celebrate our 800th episode, everyone, with a actual good episode of Torchwood. After the break,
what an endorsement!
It's Out of Time on Torchwood Revisited. Enjoy. Welcome back. It's time for more Torchwood, everyone. This one, the good one, Out of Time, episode 10 from the
good one.
First season.
I like the finale as well.
It's no random shoes, let's be honest.
I think this one's like 5 and 10. Like, I always knew that 5 and 10, even though I don't remember much about the series itself, I remember that 5 and 10 were sort of like the more renowned ones. And then
The good old Torchwood 5 and Dime show.
the old 5 and Dime show. Yep. I know that there's some traveling back in time and out of time, as the episode title would indicate. And that's about all.
As Huey Lewis prophesied.
Yeah, he did.
Got to go back in time.
Back in time.
Whatever.
Anyway,
So I got the bad joke wrong.
Apparently, he's made a fortune off Power of Love.
really,
Fair enough.
I think he does, because he also gets royalties from other songs called The Power of Love. So that Celine Dion song, even though it's not the same song, it's called The Power of Love. And so he gets her checks as well. So this is why he, actually it's all sports. It's all sports. People are still buying copies of sports to this day. Huey Lewis and the News Sports. It's, quite an album. Anyway, we can carry on that discussion about Huey Lewis and the News over top of Torchwood Season 1, Episode 10, Out of Time. I assume you all have your legally purchased Blu-rays and DVDs and HD DVDs and U-matic cassettes ready.
Oh, yeah, definitely a pneumatic cassette.
Capital. Here we go. Torchwood, Out of Time in 3, 2, 1, play. This shot again.
I'm sure you're aware of this. They're above the law.
They are
beyond the police.
Outside the government.
Outside them. Mildly surprised that this is still part of it, because this feels like a thing that BBC America would put on and then, but not on the official version of it. But here we are.
Yeah, this is like when Amy explains things on space.
Yeah,
CTV
BBC
sci-fi.
America did that
That
too.
was just Series 6, though.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned that already during this commentary series, but we did record our first episodes like literally months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We hit that white screen just there, and I was like, oh God, did it break? Like, what happened?
This is the, Catherine Georgiana.
Catherine Georgiana.
This is the dramatic shot.
Yeah. Which,
It's very, very gray-blue graded.
Great,
Well, that's also Britain.
yeah.
That's just Wales.
I haven't...
Or Wales.
Wales just graded blue.
I haven't been keeping track of the writers and directors of Torchwood, but is this the first instance of women both writing and directing an episode of Doctor Who? No, it isn't.
Because you had Barbara Clegg.
Clegg and Fiona Cumming. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, take it all back.
Way before this.
Well done, Vanguards, 1983. Maybe in the modern series, or the modern iteration of Doctor Who and its assorted spin-offs.
Gadel.
I also saw that and wonder what that meant. It's not GAWFL. G-awful.
Unit.
Yeah, the G-awful is the call sign in the helicopter that often featured in season 8 of Doctor Who. The original, you might say.
Okay.
I forgot this whole time thing is right from the start.
I also none of this is familiar to me whatsoever.
It's probably explained, but like, how do they know to be there?
53. Oh wow!
I guess
time
that's
vortex, blah blah blah, something.
Yeah.
That's the mystery, I guess.
It is. That's why now you're hooked. Thinking, what's going on? Why do they know to
yeah.
be there? Wait 10 seconds to find out.
1953. That's not even Marty McFly era, just to beat that dead horse.
1953 is the Queen's coronation year and Idiot's Lantern. So this takes place around the Idiot's Lantern, not right now, obviously, but I suppose Captain Jack. I think maybe we'll just guess at what happens in these instead. And Captain Jack will have traveled back in time to before then, or will remember it and think, at some point these three people will land in 1953.
Doesn't have to travel back in time necessarily, because he would have lived through that.
I guess so, yeah. At least, is that second season where he spends like 100 years underground?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it this
buried
season?
By Captain John. Yeah.
Captain John, that's right.
Yeah. Olivia Hallinan.
She looks familiar to me. Her right there.
Possibly.
Oh.
I know her best from a show called Sugar Rush
Sugar
back
Rush.
in the day.
Olivia de Havilland. No.
She co-starred, and I can't remember her name, but the other star of the show was in Gridlock.
Was she now? Well, I didn't know that. Not that I knew what Sugar Rush either was. Lenore Critchlow. Yeah, of course she was. Yeah.
Lenore Critchlow. That's her name. Thank you.
Yeah.
That guy looks like, I can't remember his name. Jesse Plemons, maybe I think his name is, the guy in Breaking Bad with the baby face, who no longer has a baby face.
Him. Aaron
he
Paul.
reminds me of it's an Irish actor.
Liam Neeson.
No, guy who played Mad Eye Moody in Harry Potter.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. That was him.
Oh, well, that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
Just say the words Harry Potter and my brain turns off.
Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, him, Brendan Gleeson, father of
Domhnall,
of course, was the Star Wars. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Dude in the waistcoat was in Star Wars. He was in Last Jedi.
Shut up! Really? In this in this thing we're watching right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There's a no smoking sign that what's her name, Mary, flagrantly.
I mean, everything else is happening
disobeyed.
here. You might as well just have smoking is kind of low rent.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as she's concerned, it's still 1953. You can smoke anywhere you want.
That's true. I mean, I want to say this set right here, this wallpaper, was seen in Rosa. The hotel room looks almost exactly like the one in Rosa.
I was going to say, I can't remember the name of the hotel one, the Matt Smith one.
Oh, God Complex.
God Complex.
God Complex, yes, thank you.
This would have been shot in Cardiff, and Rosa wasn't that shot in South Africa?
Was it all shot in South Africa, or was it just in...
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember now.
Do I
Maybe it
look like
was all
Andrew
shot
Pixley?
in South Africa. Yeah, I get Pixley. Pixley is what happens when I'm watching a bad YouTube feed. Pixels.
So a YouTube feed.
Yeah, some of them.
Teens react
Okay, Jack.
to pixelation.
Calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Do they even do Teens React anymore?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is somebody showed me the work of Jenna Marbles a couple days ago, and I was like, how does this person have this much money? This is the most inane garbage I've seen in my life. And this is probably the good inane garbage. She's talking about feeding her dogs. And I'm like, okay, I'm not 15, so maybe this is great. I can't tell.
Right.
I'm an old man who doesn't get things. I've always been that, by the way. But I'm just like, how is this getting 5.4 million views? Which is probably more than this Torchwood did 10 years ago.
I don't know. Oh, well, it was on BBC Three, to be fair. I'm just trying to think. So, Chris, have you been paying attention to what's going on?
Not much plot-wise.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because we have to talk over
I
these
picked
things.
my ranting place is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my English is.
Yeah. What's his name? The guy who played the guy in the waistcoat, as you said there, Chris. He was also in Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World.
Apparently he was.
Superb film.
Mark Lewis Jones.
That's a fine film.
Yeah. Really like that film.
And that was one of those movies that was marketed poorly because they make it out to be this big action piece, and it's not. It's just this really great, interesting character drama.
Uh-huh. I just like boats, so that's why I saw it, and I really liked it.
By the way, Steven, speaking of dramas you like, apparently they're going to make a series out of the Mosquito Coast. I can't remember which streamer is doing it.
They are or have, depending on when this commentary is going out. I know. The guy, what's his name? Justin Theroux is the lead in it, and they're doing a series of it. He's in that Leftover show, which is utterly depressing. And listen, if you're
isn't the person who wrote it called Thoreau as well? Like the original book, I think.
Henry David Thoreau. That sounds familiar, actually. Yeah, I really like Harrison Ford in The Mosquito Coast. Peter Weir, well done. Is that the connection you're making?
Peter Weir, Master and Commander. Yes,
he did both. That's why I thought you were doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of after the fact. But Mosquito Coast is, I agree, excellent.
Yeah. Just for a split second, I thought his sweater was a question mark pullover, but it was not.
He's no Osgood.
Going to the Asda.
Going to Asda. I never went to an Asda in the UK when I was there. Is it an Asda? For a second, I thought it was the Toys R Us that we went to.
That is our one place in Wales besides the Thingamabob.
Yeah.
The diner and the Experience that we went to.
The diner. Oh yeah, the diner. I don't remember the name of that place. The famous diner where they shot half of Doctor Who episodes.
I don't know what they call it. I just know I point at it every time it's on and go,
Yeah.
I've eaten there. Probably at that seat. The burgers are terrible.
Tube TVs.
I know. Look at that. I got to tell
Look at
you,
those glorious beasts.
recording this in early March of 2021, I'm thinking, oh man, I remember crowded supermarkets and like no one's like wearing a mask and stuff, and there's no
Going
arrows
for the
on the
candy.
floor. It's just, it's kind of like I miss being in lines and not worrying about people in front of me and behind me. Discs.
Look at these maskless fiends.
Yeah, I know. Tinsel, eh? So obviously they must have shot this at like November of 2006. Or maybe maybe it was 2000. 2006, yeah, because we're getting close to like broadcast if that's the case. I mean, I can't imagine that they would.
This would have gone out sometime in December.
December, yeah.
I have never heard of Peach, nor have I heard of Hot Rod. Are these actual magazines? I'm assuming no.
I don't know. That might be.
Because British magazines are your specialty subject.
No.
Like,
Except for what motor. I it always confused me as a kid. They'd have like, what motor? What computer?
Oh my God! It's
What
Millennium.
PC?
It's Millennium Stadium as Millennium.
I know. Millennium
That's the Millennium
Stadium.
Center. That's different. Sorry.
Oh, plays
Wrong
itself
thing, wrong
though.
thing.
But still, I mean, an actual sign. It's not like you
Yeah.
know the innards of a spaceship that the Ood travel in or something like that. Wow, what's he gonna go? What, catch a match or something? Is that what he's?
He's going to go Free River Song from the prison underneath there.
Or maybe go and rescue Donna Noble from underneath there, or perhaps go fight a Dalek from underneath there, or so on and so forth. Poor fella. Yeah, so we haven't been paying attention too much. Whoa,
No.
what's she doing? You don't make...
He opened the tea bag.
That's not right.
What is this madness?
great.
That's... For some reason they put these things in these individual packets, and it's terrible.
One way I know that I am not a good actor is I could never pull off like the wonder and mystification that they're able to do with the whole 50-year time shift.
Mm-hmm.
I could never do
That is the only way. The only way you know this.
Yeah. She looks familiar now too. Who's Diane?
Grumpy Millennial number one.
Lou-
Grumpy
no,
Millennial
not the millennial. Wow, they're not millennials. They're probably boomers. This is like old now.
Worse.
No. I mean the two Utes here.
Oh. Louise Delamere is the name of
These guys are pre-boomers. They're the greatest generation.
the actor playing Diane, who hasn't been in that much, oddly enough. She sort of stops acting in 2014, but she is married to Stephen Mangan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I
okay.
know that.
So I don't know if and they have like 3 kids, so I don't know if perhaps she stopped acting, perhaps to tend to.
You mean the real
children's,
Dirk
but-
Gently?
Yes, the original, you might say. Because for some reason I thought she seemed very familiar looking to me. She has
Does Owen get his slick mitts on her?
yes, I think so.
I mean, it's Torchwood, so it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
If 2 people on the screen together, they're probably gonna have sex.
Mm-hmm. Plus, he just likes
It's the sexy
biplanes.
show.
Yeah.
He might have sex with the plane.
He might have sex. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where everything changes.
See,
Well,
de
I mean,
Havilland.
she does have a dipstick for him.
Oh, stop it.
Bo. I like how I'm giving you a hard time, Chris, even though I'm the one who started this whole thing. I'm only marginally more decent.
Unless you're...
De Havilland. Is that a British company or is that a Canadian company?
ooh.
Who's that?
De Havilland,
De Havilland.
Planes. When you said...
Oh.
When you said, what's her name? Olivia Halland, and I thought you said Olivia de Havilland, but I don't think it's a Canadian company. Pretty sure it's not. Prove me wrong.
I think I just heard it mentioned a lot in the news as a kid, so that's why.
Well, it was that plane right there, Warren, when you were a
It's,
kid, was probably your most common
Yes.
flight.
No, we didn't have planes when I was a child.
That's
To have one
true.
a British company.
Okay.
Thought so.
I can say that my grandmother and my grandfather on my dad's side were born before planes existed, so barely, but
My grandma was born in 1908, so 5.
mine was in 1901.
It's a thing. I would not have done that. I feel like it's like a shadow on Barrowman's shirt there. Now it's more prominent, but at first it was just like this little dot. I thought I thought a fly had actually gotten on the camera for a second. Nope, we don't got time for a second take. Got to leave the fly. It's an homage to the Hand of Fear. That fly buzzing around.
It's an homage to Mike Pence.
Yeah. I remember him.
I try to forget.
Yeah, I know. I had forgotten until you mentioned him just now. And now I've forgotten who you were talking about. Race Bannon, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, Race Bannon.
Yeah.
I would have taken an animated Race Bannon from the 60s, which was just a loop on television over him as VP.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Thank you very much. See, we have rules here. Not in your 1953. Just when you think 1953 is grand.
Oh, these millennials are just so contemptuous of the greatest generation.
Greatest generation. I don't know who these people are. Why? What is happening? Chris, are you following along?
They're in a rooming house or something.
Rooming house? Okay.
I think they're going to tell us that the only way is Essex. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
Oh. That was a thing, right? That was a television show or something?
Yeah, it was like the, I hesitate to say the Jersey Shore of Britain, because the Geordie Shore was the Jersey Shore of Britain. So take all the idiocy of the Jersey Shore and make it even less comprehensible.
Mm-hmm. Where is Essex?
It's East London.
East London.
East London, east of London.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was like a big deal, so I watched 10 minutes of an episode, and I'm like, these people are terrible, but it's shot beautifully. What do I do with this?
I just want all these people from the 50s to get ripped on White Lightning.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see here.
Shot beautiful, but these people are terrible. Warren, that's Goodfellas. You just described Goodfellas right there.
How dare... Well, I guess that's true.
Thank you very much.
There's another... I can't remember the name. Friends of the show, Sage Young and Kim Rogers, loved this reality show about some restaurant in L.A., and I remember I couldn't sleep on a business trip once, so it happened to be on. I'm like, wow, this is the same thing. Terrible people, gorgeous-looking show, amazingly well shot.
Like,
but
this
just
is
terrible people. So
not a reality show, surely.
No, it's a reality show. Yeah, like
really,
people are very good at shooting these shows.
Gorgeously shot reality show, really?
Yeah, like it just looked fantastic.
Mm-hmm. She's wearing.
But then people open their mouths and talk, and you're like, okay, I'm out of here.
Right.
Putting this thing on mute.
I have to think, because this is what I do now. I bet you we've seen this restaurant 3 times at least in Doctor Who. Like maybe it's the one that Rose and Mickey are in Rose.
The pizza place?
Pizza place? The one where the waiter comes and he turns
Okay, so Buddy can't smoke in the pub, but she can smoke in the restaurant?
Well, maybe different rules for different places, maybe. I don't know.
How much will I bet once COVID is done, people will be allowed to smoke in restaurants again? Yeah, do whatever, anything.
Please come back.
The name of the show is Vanderpump Rules, and I think Vanderpump's a made-up name. But
smoking,
it's no Winklevoss.
Smoking is probably the worst thing. No offense, Chris. Just because you are blowing both COVID and cancer into the air. It's just.
I'm pretty sure she's not.
Covancer, in fact.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she's not blowing COVID into the air.
No, probably not cancer, because I imagine those are like prop cigarettes.
She's from what, 1950 something? She could be blowing polio into the air. If I know my medicine, and I clearly don't.
That's true. Because that's how polio spread, I think, in 1953,
exactly.
And only 1953.
And I know because my uncle had polio, which is actually true. That's the one true statement.
Was there an outbreak of polio, and that's why they scrambled to find a vaccine? I admit I don't know my polio history.
No idea.
Okay,
and I've never really tried to find out because my uncle's kind of a dick. So, I'm like, okay, you had polio then.
I always got the impression polio was like a longer concern.
It was going on for a while.
Worked with a guy years and years ago who had polio as a kid, and he had basically walked with like a gimpy leg.
Mm. All I know is 1953, oddly enough, is the year when they found the vaccine. Jonas Salk. 55? Oh.
55, yeah. Just looked it up.
Oh.
Infectious disease, yes.
Yeah. So maybe these people are riddled with polio right now. Who knows?
It could be.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, we've all been vaccinated, so it wouldn't matter.
Of polio, not necessarily COVID. Unless when this goes out, maybe we will have. Who knows?
I'm just saying, yes, we all have polio vaccines.
No, we'll probably be the last people anyway to get it, so. Congratulations, literally everyone else, for getting your COVID vaccine. Wow.
I love you, American friends, but I'm really depressed that you're getting these things before I am. How can I maintain my smug sense of Canadian superiority?
Yeah.
Every time I see a friend on Facebook mentioning they've gotten the COVID vaccine, I'm definitely a little jealous.
I'm a little jealous, but I also a lot of states are going like, oh, well, hey, we got 20% of our population with at least one shot. Let's open everything up and mask mandates. Goodbye. So really,
good job, Florida.
Really,
job.
are we that far behind? Ray LaMontagne. I didn't know Ray LaMontagne featured in a Torchwood episode. Well, this is as big as the Beatles. Yeah, well, he does perform the theme tune. It must be said.
The Torchwood?
Yeah, Torchwood. Yeah, Ray LaMontagne. You didn't know that?
No, I thought Gold wrote that, or Foster.
I'm 100% kidding. Come on, you're not Warren.
I don't even know who Ray LaMontagne is.
Yeah, I don't trust you.
Oh, right.
I mean, sorry, I do implicitly trust you, Stephen, despite all evidence.
Yeah, LaMontagne's like a
know
roots.
better by now, Warren.
He's like a rootsy alt country artist kind of thing. That's who Ray LaMontagne is.
This is a pretty sweet condo, I gotta say.
Did we talk about this before? Is this condo the same one basically where Liz Sladen? She lived in.
Oh,
I'm calling it now. It's now Gary Russell's condo. I probably is.
No, I think he lives in a house, but in Cardiff.
I thought you were gonna say the same condo from Countryside, which yes, it would be.
Yeah.
They're probably very near the pane of glass where Owen and Gwen did things.
Ah.
Oh, dear. Has that been broken off by this point?
The glass or the...
well, either or,
yeah.
really.
I know it...
It's always been on again, off again since that started.
As you'll remember, Warren, from last week. Not last week for us, of course, but... is Gwen upset? Or is she finally going to talk to... Oh, no. Because we haven't seen Reese for a couple episodes, have we?
There are the pictures. Look.
Well, I know, but like up until now, we'll see Reese probably. Goodness me,
how scandalous!
That was quick. Well,
quick that they got into bed, or Owen was quick.
Both. So,
he probably didn't come so hard and so long.
That's enough of that. So long, 1953 morals here, I guess.
Just talking about Shaft.
And we can dig it.
You are not. How dare you impugn the name of John Shaft?
I guess technically I was going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I still don't know what's happening in this episode. I know 3 people.
Okay, so when a mommy and a daddy, or a mommy and a mommy, or a daddy and a daddy, or just 2 people,
right?
What about a throuple?
Love each other, or just tolerate each other very much. They can have sex.
Tolerate each other very much.
Tolerate each other very much. Always a romantic, Chris.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you got you can have hate sex and stuff, so they don't even have to like each other.
Okay, don't elaborate. I don't need to hear this.
Let's stop this right now. It is basically proposed. I think we should just become F buddies. Yeah, let's just do that instead.
Booty call.
Yeah.
You did not think this through.
No.
Which has never in the history of one night stands ever happened, that people didn't think things through.
I mean, where is she staying here anyway? Is this
right there?
Right there, I guess.
All night.
Everyone had a
all day.
Sure, there's music going on right now, but right now it just feels like, why are you holding that shot for a while? Because they don't even any sound turned up, you see. Whoa, we just got Reese's bare bum right there.
Yep.
This is a comedy sequence. I seem to recall this.
Yeah, more Reese than you can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, both are Reese's pieces.
Thinking of a way to use
there's
Reese's.
No need for that.
No, you know what? I'm going to allow this. I'm going to allow that one. That was a good cut. I like that. That was an expertly directed cut. Well done, Alice Troughton.
That's like the persistent look of shock on her face.
Yeah. Look, I've never seen a Johnson before. 1953. It's a whole other country. She's just terrified. That's some good acting there. One half of the leads of Sugar Rush.
There's nothing wrong with the size of your turkey, Reese.
The
eyes just go huge.
My morning glory. I'm going to start referring to it as that, and I'm sure it'll go great.
2000.
Oasis wrote a whole album about it. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to convince me to keep going.
Oh, here we go. They're going to lay out the plot here a little bit. Captain Jack's barely in this show now. Have you ever noticed that? He was like barely in Random Shoes, and he's barely in this episode.
Yeah, but he features very heavily in the finale.
I don't remember the finale. I know there's a giant beast that walks around Cardiff for like at least
the episode prior to that's
half
pretty
a
good.
minute.
Abaddon?
Abaddon. Oh, who's... Is that David Graham? Is that who that is? It's not David Graham.
I don't know.
No.
Sam Beasley.
Oh, it's not him. I thought it almost looked like him. David Graham being, like a Professor Kerensky from City of Death and Charlie the Bartender and the Gunfighters. I thought that was him for a second. That would have been a thing. Oh, that would have been great if that was him. But it's not. It's just this guy.
He's got food all down his shirt.
Well, he's having a rough time.
He is the pandemic.
Yeah.
He is 2020. Got food down my shirt and I don't care.
It's got to be his dad, isn't it? That's
And
probably
he's
his dad. Yeah.
Or his son. It could be his son.
It's the son. Yeah.
No, I mean his dad is the one in the home.
I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very convenient that he's got a bunch of photos with him.
Well, I know that's true. Like, well, maybe this is what happens in 1953. You just travel around with photos of everyone you know.
I mean, we've got zillions of photos in our pocket, but they're all on our phone.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Sift through my 12,000 photos. Mostly of half of them are Lego, and the other half are pictures from the store. As I send Erica things. Is this the thing you need? Okay.
Yes, mine are either pictures of a recipe book, so I know what to get at the grocery store, or raw images for Bookshelf Doctors, or the finished Bookshelf Doctors pictures, because it's easier to upload on my phone.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my archive is just math. I'm going to have to pay a bucket load for iCloud storage at some point. Boy, you seem to have forgotten 1953 pretty damn quick there, Diane.
What about your reputation?
It's a nice performance from that fella.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
It was just a beautiful scene altogether.
Yeah. That must suck. Traveling forward in time like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Look how heartbroken the guy is.
I know. I at time of recording, I've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I got to the last episode of season 1, where a bunch of people from the 21st century wake up on the Star Trek Enterprise, and I will
Michelle Phillips.
I will say that's a different episode, but I will say this episode is better than that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't Michelle Phillips?
Is that the one with the
she wasn't in that
angry
one,
capitalist? Is it, or is that the different one I'm thinking of?
There's an angry capitalist and a guy, an old Southern boy who like looks for a guitar and stuff.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yes. And it's not good.
No, it's not good. But oddly enough, there's a Doctor Who reference in there that has been taken out of the HD versions, I think. But on the screen, when Deanna looks up the history of what happened to this one lady's family after the 20th century, and like the first screen you see there, they have like a list of 6 people. And it's Doctors 1 through 6, who of course were current at the time when they made that. Yeah, but they've switched it now. Cowards.
The work of Michael Okuda.
Yes.
Might have been.
I mean, that was literally his job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, one of his
all
jobs.
The interfaces and stuff.
G-Plaz.
Oh, that was weird. Oh, hey, Groove Armada. Here we go.
I don't.
Groove Armada.
I
Very,
don't see
very
her shaking
British
that ass.
aughts.
Yeah, I love Groove Armada. I listened to Groove Armada a lot when I went on a road trip in 2003. It's my
That'd be the time
soundtrack,
to do
man.
I'm very confused. Nobody's wearing their standard costumes.
Yeah, if this is John Nathan Turner producing this, we would know who the hell we're looking at here, you know?
Exactly.
And there wouldn't be this going on right now. I'll tell you that right now. She seems to have acclimatized quite well to the morals of night. She sees one naked Reese in the morning, and now look at her.
Yep.
God, 2006 is corrupting our youth. And by our youth, I mean the people.
Corrupting our youth. Yes. Of 1953.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Look out, Mom's mad.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Well, she's got a little agency here, for crying out loud. You bring her to the bar,
Yeah,
what do
come
you
on,
expect? Yeah.
Although, one of Gwen's finest hours is for, I might be misremembering this, it's that one episode, basically the bottle episode on the plane for whatever the hell season 4 was called, Miracle Day.
Yeah.
Where she just beats the living tar out of that guy in the plane. Am I misremembering that?
Oh.
I seem to remember this big fight on the plane, and she just wallops a dude.
I do recall that, actually, yeah. I think Doris Egan wrote that episode. Two. It's funny that, they took half a second to look at the TV, but most of it's just sound like, so, who has sex with who in this time?
Everybody. It's Torchwood. It's where everybody changes.
I mean, maybe they're more adventurous than I would be. I'd be going, who did the Oilers ever win another Stanley Cup? That's probably what I do. Like if I'm jumping ahead.
I don't know whether I'm
50 years.
ashamed or proud of it. I can't really decide.
Just like, did they find more missing Doctor Who episodes? Please say yes.
Of course, this Oilers thing is just a subtle thing.
It's a way in. It's a way in. Yeah, that's what I would know. And then you say,
"Oh
yeah."
Said that if you built a time machine, that's what you'd use it for. Missing episodes,
100%.
Which is why you cannot be allowed a time machine.
Oh, that's why we don't have one. Because or as I've always thought, I think maybe all these little orphan episodes have actually turned up because someone had a time machine, and that's the best they could do. They managed to get those ones out. We should have a lot more missing episodes, but we don't because of time travel.
See, I've been of the opinion that a time machine would be like, in Contact, where they spend $1 trillion to build the sphere that flies into whatever, the void. That's about what a time machine would probably cost. So I don't think we're blowing $1 trillion on missing episodes. Just a thought.
And would it just record hours of static?
That might, yes. 16 hours to be precise. Well, that is interesting.
I haven't seen Contact.
You can see where he works
years.
on his window.
It is a phenomenal film. Actually, what the hell is going on? You're a Carl Sagan devotee, as am I. You would love Contact.
I know. I watched it once and I enjoyed it and everything, but just haven't seen it in a while, Warren. Is that so
I
bad?
said I hadn't seen it at all.
No,
Yes,
I've seen it. I've seen it at least once.
Okay.
And I do recall it was good. There was that guy from that show played Jodie Foster's dad.
David Morris.
David Morris is his name.
The guy from 12 Monkeys. Yeah.
The guy, sure. I saw that one too.
He isn't 12 Monkeys. I totally forgot. That's one I haven't seen in a long time.
I'm not a big Gillian fan, so.
That's one of the-
Well, depends.
That's my big exception for Gilliam films.
Really?
Brazil, I
I'm
can
a big
handle to a
Munchausen
point.
and Brazil. Brazil and Munchausen are tip top, and everything's downhill from there. Fear and Loathing's okay. It's got its moments.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing recent have I liked. And The Brothers Grimm is terrible.
Yeah. I haven't seen Don Quixote.
Captain Jack is dressed up as Peter Capaldi in Deep Breath right there. That's like,
It totally is.
wow.
8 years before.
8 years before.
Is this a new secret door? What the hell's going on?
Something, it gets depressing here. I seem to recall this poor guy kills himself in this episode. Am I wrong in this? Or,
I don't remember.
oh, Okay, I don't know why. For some reason, I thought that's what happened because Torchwood. But...
Well, it's spoiler alert. He just took Ianto's car keys to go try to kill himself. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's...
Joke's on you, it's a Tesla.
Yeah. Where's the hose pipe? Yeah.
Ianto drives a Nissan Leaf.
Why not? That's it. Listen, everyone gets one sensible thing to do, and driving an electric car is Owen's.
Why are they in an adult contemporary music video?
Why are they selling a car that's not a Nissan Leaf?
Yeah, why are they in an ad for a car in a magazine?
Maybe they are. Your new job, Diane. You're in an ad. Congratulations.
Like that's basically if you were at the doctor's office and you flipped through a 2003 Vogue, that's the ad you'd see for whatever car that is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. We're still in, like, Reese has no idea what Gwen does for a living. That's right.
Gwen even says that to, what's her name? To Pollyanna.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a real Sean Hannity vibe off of Reese here.
Oh, take that back. Come on.
Yeah,
Kyle
it's
is a
not fair,
nice fella. He doesn't deserve
Well, he
that.
just looks like he's got a really grumpy look on his face and his head's like a brick, so.
Wow. Well, that's fine then. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm really digging a hole for myself here. Sorry, Kyle.
You got a head for a brick, or a brick for a head.
Head like a brick.
Head like a brick.
You know, that Nine Inch Nails head like a brick.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did they take her
old.
Did they take her shopping and to get her clothes and stuff? I missed the shopping trip.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I like shopping trips. The funky little montage. Maybe to Cyndi Lauper's girls.
They're terrifying now.
Oh, what? Montages or shopping trips?
Shopping trips.
Well, everything's terrifying because COVID and stuff, apart from the 85% of the world's population who have already been vaccinated, apart from us.
There's nothing more romantic than a parking lot.
See, this seems like, well, we could shoot the scene in a nightclub, but because of COVID, it's in a parking lot.
Yes. Or because of costs, it's a parking lot.
It's 100%
in 2000, whatever this is.
Costs. Why are they shooting this in a parking lot? I get the feeling that there should be something like, what are they looking at? Are they just dancing in a parking lot?
What do they spend on that?
Yeah,
Maybe parking lots were rare in 1953 in England.
I guess
They
so.
weren't in the States.
Yeah.
Well, parking lots go back to like the era of George III. So,
and indeed Richard III, because he was found
was it
under
Richard
one.
III?
Yeah, Richard
That's right.
III.
He was
Got the
found
wrong
one.
king. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
So speaking, and this is a real stretch, of Richard III,
Okay.
I have several decades late started watching Made in Canada on CBC Gem, which is a Rick Mercer joint, and loosely based on Richard III in the first season. And it's a lot, well, not a lot better than I remember. I never watched it at the time because it was very Toronto-centric. And now I'm like, yeah, this is actually really funny. Can't believe I didn't watch this in 1990, whatever.
Well. Maybe it'll
But
be
in
the
typical
new...
TV fashion, there's 5 seasons of it, only 2 which are on CBC Gem.
Oh, well,
CBC, the very place that made it.
Well, because they have been erased, sadly. There are missing episodes in Canadian television, and that's why.
Can't even torrent them. Not that I'd know.
I know. No, we wouldn't ever do that, of course. I'm lying about the missing episodes. Actually, CBC...
I remember back when you guys openly talked about, hey, I torrented this episode of that.
I know, and now we're like, oh, actually, I don't do that much anymore at all. It's weird.
No, I don't either. But I did look because I couldn't find them anywhere. And nobody else can either, according to Reddit. So,
There is precious little need for such things these days.
Yeah.
well, except when CBC decides they only have 2 seasons of a 5-season run.
I know.
For a show they put the money towards.
How the hell does that even happen? I know.
Because I think CBC just decided you don't need to see the other 3 series.
According to friend of the show, Graham Burke, this has also happened for Da Vinci's Inquest. But, the thing is, that's very typical Canadian television. What's on? Who cares?
Yeah.
Isn't the main guy from Da Vinci's Inquest American, though?
Nicholas somebody.
He's playing an amalgam of Vancouver Mayor Larry somebody.
Yeah, that doesn't
God, I've interviewed the
invalidate...
guy and I can't remember his name.
That doesn't invalidate the Canadianness of the show in question.
No.
I looked it up.
Larry Campbell.
Nicholas Campbell.
Yeah, that's the
He
one.
was born in Toronto. Oh, my bad.
There you go.
I thought it was American for some
Oh,
reason.
there.
That's how you can always tell if a show is
know
shot in
this.
Canada because that one sallow face guy who's in hardcore logo is in it. He's been in everything. You see him, you'll know him. He just looks like he was born at age 60. And I don't know his name, but he has been in literally everything Canadian.
Poor fella. Get so good a job. Get a job in accounting or something like that. Everybody's doing it. Middle management, do you have that in 1953?
Yeah. Broton's co-worker.
Only,
Yeah.
thank you. Broton, middle management. Zygon. Julian Rich is this guy's name that I'm thinking of.
Julian Rich.
Look him up and you'll go, oh yeah, that guy.
Julian Rich. Well, might as well distract myself from the sexy time scene here.
Heaven forbid you watch that, yeah.
No,
and I'll kill that entirely by mentioning, thank you, Chris, for that hat tip to Broton, middle management Zygon. A stop-motion extravaganza of office politics and Sea Devils.
Julian, what's his name, Warren?
Julian Rich.
Rich.
Looks like a skeleton.
Julian Richings?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
That's the one.
Cut
That guy, he was in The Expanse.
Yes,
I saw him in The Expanse.
Exactly. Because they shoot it in Toronto. This guy is in everything Canadian.
Yeah. Or at least everything Toronto-based. You can always tell a Toronto production or a Vancouver production based on the supporting artists.
Because the Smoking Man from X-Files is in those.
Yeah. He's from Vancouver.
William B. Davis.
William Bronco Davis.
And there's a couple of new Vancouver
William
actors I was watching
Bronchitis
upload
Davis.
on Amazon. I'm like, oh, she's a local. Oh, they must have shot this here.
Yeah, I might have walked through their set once.
Well, I guaranteed I did walk the Turner and Hooch's set for Disney Plus because they're shooting it just down the block from me. My overriding thing was, why are they making a show about Turner and Hooch?
Turner and Hooch? What?
I'm not making that up. It's about his son.
Why
I looked
are
it
they
up.
doing this?
Is it because
they own the rights.
Is it because they ran out of Star Wars series to make?
They did.
No, they own the rights to everything, so they're going to make everything.
Oh God, they're going to remake everything. What do? We have so much programming we have to fill.
Listen, as a Hooch stan, I'm all for this.
That's true. Oh man.
As we record this, it was recently announced that Disney Plus hit like 100 million subscribers, paid subscribers.
Because of Turner and Hooch.
That's a lot. It's a lot of eyeballs to have to satisfy.
That's true.
Well, when you see a crappy bar location in what used to be the back 40, that is a block from my place. So a year from now, when it shows up on the air.
This is where Jack says that you don't want to die because there's nothing. I know. I've died.
So many times.
Many times. It made me happy.
This is season 1, so it's not Utopia yet. He hasn't met Tenant Doctor.
No, that happens at the very end of...
right. Yes,
Season 1. Yep.
Yeah. I remember everyone goes into his office and he's gone.
With the hand.
With the hand's gone as well.
Which
the
they've
hand's-
completely forgotten through this entire series.
Yeah. Is the hand come with him? I can't remember now. The hand's... I don't remember now. No, probably stays.
Does he mention he's bi here? Because wouldn't that freak her out, being somebody from 1953? Maybe not.
Is he?
Maybe she's bi too. I don't know.
I mean, he slept with that guy when they had the pheromone thing, but
Yeah. I don't know if he's fully bi or anything, or if just like,
So you're only
hey, I just
bi
took
when
sex
you have
gas.
pheromones, you
I
snob,
will
all right,
take,
whatever.
I will take whatever,
I mean,
man.
as one friend
Pheromones.
says, there's no such thing as 0 or 6 on the Kinsey scale. So maybe he's somewhere in
Right.
between.
I always took Owen for more of a, to quote Blackadder, I will do anything to anything.
Is that a flash art kind of thing?
No, it's some bishop that Blackheart and just think the second season's trying to get the better of.
Oh yeah. That's in the card game, right? With the drinking part.
Yeah, and they're talking about goblins and they all get really drunk. It's been forever since I've seen it. It's all on BritBox, so I have
Little
no
songs, yeah.
Well, you see, Blackadder, I am a pervert. I will do anything to anything.
And he's like a priest or
So-
a bishop. Yeah, that's right. I recall that now.
So my sister and I would watch Blackadder on PBS in like the 80s as teenagers, and we would just walk around the house saying, I will do anything to anything. And really annoying our parents with that comment.
Oh God, he does kill him, doesn't he?
Is this good or bad? I can't tell.
Oh man.
I mean,
Is he being a decent person or awful?
both? I mean, right to die and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's pretty sad. Don't they get back to their own time, though? I mean, this feels...
Well, we're like 5 minutes away from it wrapping up, so something's going to happen.
Are we? Oh, wow. That went by quicker than I thought it would.
I know.
That's good. Good stuff always flies by.
Cyberwoman did not fly by.
Mm-mm.
That's very sad. Of course, it's Torchwood, though. There's no happy endings in Torchwood.
Nope.
Technically, he should have died.
Chris, not a
too.
word.
Fine.
Technically, he should have died too, right? Jack here? And then, done his little...
Well, maybe he is dying right there. We just don't see him do his thing.
Yeah. That could be.
Or maybe they just go off and do their own thing.
Escape into the future?
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I thought they went back in time again at the end of this, and everything gets...
I don't remember why they got here in the first place.
I don't either. And, because we weren't paying attention, all right, people? Because we're talking over things.
How did Owen score this place in the first place? Like, I don't know how much Torchwood pays.
It's beyond the police.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah. Minimum. It's a union job, I think, at least. Whoa.
Doctor. This is NHS we're talking about.
Where'd he get that car from? I thought he had a Nissan Leaf before.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Why does he walk like he's... how do I put this?
That walk was a little interesting, wasn't it? That walk, yeah.
He's kind of got a... He's giving me a I gotta poop vibe.
Jeez, Gwen couldn't get her a train ticket? Gotta go with the coach?
Coaches are more reliable. I don't know what the hell.
And they're very modern for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that internal combustion engine. Oh,
exactly.
Such a thing.
Yeah, but think what a ramshackle beast the 1953 bus would be.
What a shame that Tosh never found a friend and we never really saw her in this episode at all.
That's true.
Yeah.
She was in there for,
right.
like one scene.
Tiny bit.
All right, Owen's walking better. I guess he took care of things.
In the parking lot.
I just got to run back
Tosh.
to that building and then run back here.
Yeah.
Make a big speech. Okay.
Oh, see, for some reason, I thought when she flew away at the end of the episode, I do vaguely remember this, that she was flying back in time, like through the rift or something.
Is there a good reason for her to go back to 1953?
I guess not, but there's no way to do it either,
So at the end of the episode, she basically turns into Ace Rimmer, going off to somewhere new and unknown, maybe.
Smoker Kipper, after all.
She is going to crash somewhere in the North Atlantic.
And that young lady was called Amelia Earhart.
That's the real story. I mean, look at her. She's a pilot. She's a lady. She's got a scarf. So there you go. It's obviously
this thing writes itself, really.
Yeah.
Oh, she no longer has a scarf.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, that's her Earhart alibi out the window.
A red and white striped club tie and a half Windsor knot.
Maybe she kills Amelia Earhart.
That's possible. She crashes into her plane.
Killing them both. And the wreckage is completely burst into flames and no one ever finds them. The end.
Such a happy tale.
That is why we are not Hollywood writers.
No.
Amongst many other reasons.
He always looks so angry. Or constipated.
Yeah. I see. She does fly through the rift. I just read the plot synopsis on Wikipedia. I'm just trying to...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And lands up who knows where.
Who knows where? I still think she becomes Amelia Earhart. It's killer. Earhart, there's a movie about Earhart a few years ago, and the friend of Earhart, the co-pilot, was played by one Christopher Eccleston.
Was that
I think Hilary Swank played Earhart in that movie, as I recall. Famous, of course, for her turn in The Core. Nothing else. Oh, he's still in the car. How long has it been? Oh. Poor Jack. Apart from the fact that the guy's in, yeah. It feels like the montage at the end here. Well, it is the montage at the end, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And we never saw Gwen's hat again.
Or her.
Oh, we did we? Did we see the rift? Did we see them come through the rift? I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
Well, I better go back to Gwen, my second string.
The plane was in the air on approach.
That's right. That's an old-timey plane.
Good old crane shots.
The old spruce goose. Yeah.
Get in.
Oh, we don't find out. It should go right. Oh, is that it? Is that the rift that flashed to white, or is that just
Must
somebody
be.
dying at
I love dips to white.
60
So
feet under?
versatile.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Fight Club. Weevil Fight Club. Just for a change of pace.
Oh, she comes clean.
Yeah, I should recall that. Oh, there you are. That was a notable episode of Torchwood. How about that, folks?
That was some good stuff.
It's good stuff. Very good episode. Well done,
It was
Catherine
decent.
Chigena. Yep. All right.
Al Troughton.
And Al Stroughton for directing it, and all the people for being in there that episode and doing well and making some good quality television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes some of the dregs that came before palatable.
Yeah, they're learning. They're finally learning how to make the show.
Or are they? We'll find out next week.
We will with combat. So do join us for that, won't you? Until then, I am Stephen in Edmonton.
More to Vancouver.
And Chris in Edmonton.
So long for now.
You've been listening to Radio Free Skaro. Find us online at radiofreeskaro.com. Follow us on Twitter and Tumblr at Radio Free Skaro. Subscribe to us on iTunes and donate to the show at patreon.com/Radio Free Skaro. Thank you.